Thank you for being here today. My name is Dominique Del Prete, and I'm going to be presenting on why NCAA Division I and NCAA Division III should adopt the Division II championship model. Currently, NCAA Division II is the only one that hosts festivals for their championships. Why does this matter? Currently, Division II is the only division that has an Olympic-style championship model that brings together many championships from the same season into one location. The other divisions run single championships instead. There are many benefits to running a single championship site. So how do we get there? First, we need to examine the three biggest benefits of the festival model that can help guide this process. As we move through the presentation, we'll break these pieces down further. Currently, the three biggest benefits are one city, community, and the festival model. It should be noted that the bigger championships such as football and basketball are not included in this model. Let's start with the city. Currently, Division II has operated 11 festivals across 7 cities stretching from Pittsburgh to Denver. They operate on a 4-year cycle with one city managing one season's championships with the 4th year off. The cities often change, although some have become repeat host cities such as Birmingham, Alabama. Unfortunately, due to COVID-19, St. Charles, Missouri was forced to cancel the Spring Festival this year. Moving on to the bid process, the NCAA has over 500 championships to bid over a 4-year cycle. By combining championships for one season, say winter, which hosts indoor track and field, swimming and diving, and wrestling, that combines what has the potential to be 5 or 6 bids into one. Energy can be focused into one city instead of multiple cities. Collaboration is a big part of the bid process. Looking back at previous bids, they all involve either a tourism bureau, a sport commission, or some other combination that also involves local government. Collaborating with people on a local level ensures event success as well as community buy-in. If the event is successful, the city may want to look into hosting future festivals. The atmosphere for the festivals rivals that of the Olympic Games. It brings together students from all over the country, includes an opening and closing ceremony, and creates something truly special. Mike Racy, the former VP of Division II, said, "One day at 11 a.m., I saw 4 athletes in the student athlete lounge playing table tennis. They were from 4 different sports and 4 different schools who just happened to meet up in the lounge. That told me that we were achieving the Olympic field we were hoping to create." The second major reason that all divisions should adopt this model is community. This section could go in many different directions, but I'm going to be breaking it down into service, revenue, and volunteer network. First up, on the service side, Division II incorporates community service into their model. All student athletes give back to the community during this week, whether it is introducing kids to a new sport such as lacrosse, reading to elementary school kids, visiting veteran hospitals, or building homes in hurricane-stricken areas in collaboration with Habitat for Humanity. This provides a deeper connection with the community and could work on a much larger scale if Division I and III are involved. The hope from a city's perspective is that the festival will bring in more revenue. In the case of Birmingham, they are projected to bring in $9.7 million in revenue from the 2021 Winter Festival, which will include indoor track and field, wrestling, and swimming. If Division I adopted a similar model, they can include more sports since they have more championships, which could mean even more potential revenue for our city. The festivals need a lot of staff to run. Approximately 1,800 volunteers have made the Division II festivals a success. Volunteer hours can cut down on staff cost. It also helps engage more people from the community, further entrenching the NCAA into these communities. The events can't run without volunteers, and what better way to engage a community than to ask them to take ownership in parts of these events? The festival model is the third and final major reason that the other two divisions should consider adopting it. Under this reason, we'll look at the rotating seasons, rotating cities, and increased exposure. This is the final reason for adopting this model. As mentioned before, Division II works in a 4-year cycle with one season taking up 1 year and the 4th year being an off year. 2019 was the off year, with St. Charles taking the spring slot in 2020 and Birmingham taking the winter slot in 2021. Division I and Division III could both incorporate a similar model, adopting the 4-year process. Cities could continue to bid and become rotating cities. For example, Birmingham has hosted the Winter Sports Festival in 2013, 2017, and will host in 2021. Fall and spring don't have set cities, but that doesn't mean they couldn't move towards that. If Division I and III move towards this model, they would be able to choose if they want a rotating city model or if they would want to go to a different city for each festival. This is increased exposure both from a city perspective and the NCAA perspective due to the festival model. Students have the opportunity to not only interact with each other, but with a city they may have never traveled to before. The city is highlighted as a place to go and is often included in the popular Things to Do in Blank City articles. College sport exposure is increased across all levels, and the NCAA is seen in a positive light for helping to bring in millions to the community. In summary, adopting the Division II festival model is beneficial for the other divisions. The city, community, and festival model aspect are all attractive reasons for others to want to incorporate it. Creating a better experience for the student athletes is critically important to their college experience. Some key takeaways from a singular city include less bidding, more collaboration, and a different atmosphere in comparison to other athlete championship experiences. Sports that are often forgotten, such as track or swimming, are given the opportunity to shine. The athletes at these festivals are given that true championship experience, which is hard to replicate. The community aspect of it is a big piece of this. Athletes have the opportunity to give back. They are creating more memories with their teams, impacting communities, and exemplifying what it means to be more than an athlete. These festivals are opportunities to serve not only the community, but the athletes and future students. A final set of takeaways from the model is that while there's more work to be done for a larger event, it creates more exposure for cities. Cities that may not be considered destination cities are now on the map. Athletes will have an opportunity to compete in their sport pending qualification at least once during their 4 years. Communities can see the opportunities being a student athlete can bring. This model has more pros than cons. Creating an unparalleled experience for student athletes while creating new relationships in different cities and bettering those communities makes this an attractive concept and one that the leadership in Division I and Division III should consider. Thank you very much for your time.